And into the north we go.
Ladies and
How's it
gentlemen,
going?
welcome back to your favorite podcast. As always, it's your boy, Donnie Boy, aka Don the Jeweler. And of course, we're rolling with the man voted sexiest man in Winnipeg, Manitoba. But the only voters were the members of the Into the North podcast. His name's Cory Chan. What's up, player boy? How you doing?
What's going on? What's going on? How you doing,
You all
man?
right?
How you doing?
We're all right, man. Yo, Sunday. Easter
Yes,
Sunday.
Sunday. Yes. Happy
Great.
Easter, by the way.
Yeah, happy Easter to the people who celebrate and to those who don't. I hope you guys had a nice long weekend.
Absolutely.
Yeah, got a belly full of ham and mashed potatoes.
Yeah, we just did a little Italian tonight. That's about it.
Hey, you never
Ain't
get it
go too
wrong.
crazy.
What'd you get?
Mm-hmm.
What'd
We
you
made
eat?
some what's that?
What'd you eat?
We ate some Cajun chicken orzo pasta.
Oh shoot!
It was deadly, man. It was
All
deadly.
right,
The old
all right.
cook, I can't complain. She can definitely chef it up real nice.
Hell yeah! I feel bad. I've been pinching out of the candy bag all day.
Oh, no way.
I don't even want it. I was like, I don't even want any more chocolate. But like, and then next thing you know, I got a Kit Kat going, and like, I just don't want to do
You know
it.
what? I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for those little Cadbury mini eggs, man.
Yeah.
I bought like a 20
The
pound bag.
the mini eggs or the cream eggs, but the little ones.
Yes. Yes.
Remember the one with the
Oh,
clucking rabbit?
yes, absolutely. Those
Yeah.
are the good ones.
Yeah,
Those are the quality.
for our watchers who aren't Canadian, I don't know if you guys ever had this commercial, but our whole lives around Easter, when the Cadbury cream eggs would come out, you'd have the bunny just going. "Buck, buck, 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 buck."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Fond memories of that. Let me tell
yeah.
you.
The mini eggs are solid. Taryn got some M&M eggs, and
Oh,
surprisingly, they weren't a play on the mini egg. They tasted like just egg shaped M&Ms,
oh,
but
okay. So
they
they
were
were good.
colored like Easter eggs. So I thought that was
Nice.
hey man, the M&M Corporation, they know what's going on.
Yeah, for sure. They know what
Yeah,
they're doing.
yeah. Absolutely, man. So Easter, springtime, not so much in Winnipeg though.
Yeah, no, bro. Man. So we got this warning of this snowstorm that was coming through here through Manitoba, southern
When did you
Manitoba,
first hear about it?
Saskatchewan.
Was it like early
Uh,
last week, like Monday-ish?
yeah,
They're like, "Yo, you're gonna be in big trouble come Wednesday."
I heard about it last weekend, and then I was like, okay, come Wednesday, like there's a shitstorm coming. I
Batten
mean,
down the
it snowed.
hatches.
Don't get me wrong, it snowed. They did claim though that there was gonna be like 50 to 80 centimeters possibly. I mean, some parts of Manitoba did get hit pretty bad, but Winnipeg not as bad as they said. Which I'm glad though. I'm glad we didn't get that storm because
Well,
damn,
yeah.
I was not looking forward to it. I'll tell you that right
No,
now.
man. So we got all excited about it. It's like, okay, Corey's gonna be snowed in for a couple of days, but there's this monumental blizzard happening. We're gonna be all over our social about it, get the stories going.
Mhm,
Hashtag
mhm. Yep.
Winnipeg, and then the storm just misses. Ooh.
Snowmageddon wasn't so much, man. No, I mean, like I said, we
It-
still got the snow. It's still
yeah.
here. Like literally, we had the grass was showing. Spring was here, and
Mhm.
then boom, now we got like a foot and a half of snow. Like within like 3 days.
Absolutely.
Oh, and today it
Yeah,
snowed
but it's
again.
not three
So
feet. It's not 4 feet.
yes, this is true.
80
Yes, absolutely.
centimeters is like what, 20 short of a meter. So like say two and a quarter feet.
Two and a quarter. Yep, roughly.
And
Yep,
you only
that's what
got a
it is.
foot.
Yeah, yeah.
You're already
But you
ahead
know
of the
what?
game.
Still was not fun. Like I'm over winter, man. It's been a rough one. It's been a rough one this year,
Hmm.
and I'm just done with it. Bring on
Yeah.
summer. You know, just bring
Beautiful
it on.
winter peg.
Yeah, no kidding, no kidding. But you know what? At least it didn't affect the show I was attending on Friday evening.
See, I was asking you about that. I'm like, what's the chances that this thing blows out that show? Because I
You
mean,
know
I
what?
could only imagine what it's like getting 80 centimeters and then having to dig the city out of 80 centimeters.
Oh, no kidding, man. No kidding. But yeah,
You would
I
have took a
mean,
dog sled to this thing though. You were so excited about it.
it was the first show in 2 years. I haven't been to a concert in over 2 years, man, and it was definitely well worth it. Great for the mental game, let me tell you. It was a lot of
Hmm.
fun. It
Hmm.
was a lot of fun. I went and checked out Catcher Bats and Comeback Kid. There's a couple opening bands for them too.
Hmm. Do you remember the names?
We got there a little later because we had a couple pints at a pub, but
Yeah.
Yeah, they played at the Park Theater, a venue called the Park Theater. It's a really, really good venue here. A lot of
Hmm.
good bands have gone through there. I've seen some pretty decent music at the Park Theater. They renovated it recently too now, so it's a big open concept, man. Like just it's great. Uh these guys just wailed, man.
Yeah,
It was loud. Everyone there had a smile on their face, man. The energy was amazing.
that's the best
Uh,
shit, man.
like you said when you went, man, to your last show, it was like a weight was lifted off your shoulders. It
Yeah, man.
literally, that's exactly what it was like. It was
There is. I don't
so
want to. I
good.
don't know if I'm. I don't remember if I'm repeating myself. I don't remember if I said this last time, but there's such a naked, raw emotion of a whole bunch of people in the same room for the
Yeah,
same
man.
reason, and that reason's to rock the fuck out. Like
Yeah,
it's
everybody's on the
so
same page, man.
unifying.
Oh, it's crazy. It was just such a good feeling, and then to like run into people I haven't seen in years
Hmm.
too, man. You know what I mean? It was a great evening, man. Very, very eventful. Like lots and lots of fun. I can't wait till the next one. I'll tell
Hell
you that
yeah.
right now.
That's the
Yeah,
thing
buddy,
about
for sure.
shows, especially here in Montreal. Like there's like so in like a lot of different like communities, like say for example the hip hop community, I see a lot of
Mhm.
familiar faces every time I go to a local show,
Yes.
right? Just because through working with different artists or whatever and DJing and
Mhm.
whatnot, you bump into people and you grow the people you know. But when I go to like
Yeah.
say if I would go to see Kanye, for example, or someone
Mhm.
even smaller than Kanye, and say I went to like say Onyx.
Yes.
All right. I'll see friends of mine that love hip
Mhm.
hop, you know, not
Yep.
just different people I've met through the smaller hip hop community, you
Exactly.
know.
For sure.
And
Yep.
then if you go to like say punk shows, then
Mhm.
you see a different group of friends. Like there's certain friends I would never see at Kanye, but I see them at the Mountain Goats or at Against
Exactly.
Me
For sure.
or at
That's
Against like, you know,
exactly what it was like, man. It was
Montreal
exactly that.
77 or
Yeah.
and it's great. And like you just bump into old faces and just I'm telling you, man, music is such a unifier.
It was definitely therapeutic, man. It was well needed. Like, oh,
Hmm.
such a good time. I'm glad
So
I got to. It was good.
was the opener as good as the closer? Was Cancer Bats and Comeback Kid both their sets
Okay.
like
Okay.
which one
Like,
hit you hardest? Which one got
okay.
you
So
right in the goods? Like,
so the Cancer Bats have a couple new members
hmm,
on their band.
hmm,
One of their guitarists had decided to move on and I think raise a family, from what I was told. And so they brought in another
that's a good
guitarist, and
reason.
they also brought in a female bass player too, man. And bro, like Cancer Bats have not missed a beat, man. Like it was like watching them when I was like in my early 20s, man. You know what I mean? It
Hmm.
was crazy. It was crazy. Like it was awesome. And then with the new album they're out like promoting and stuff, it was just I literally brought me back to a time, you know what I mean? Like of
Hmm.
my earlier 20s where it was just like at shows every weekend and
Hmm.
these guys were usually performing, you know what I mean? And then to see Comeback Kid come out and just can like go crazy, man. Like it was impressive. Like
Yeah,
after all these years, still like running around the stage, like guitarist going crazy, drummer going nuts, still on point with the singing. Like it was just awesome, man. Like it was just so good.
yeah. You can't fuck
They
with the
killed
live
it,
show.
man. They killed it. They killed it.
Mhm. Ever since you mentioned them, because like I'm sure I've mentioned this when last time we spoke about them. I heard them before, but it's not something I ever kept track of. But ever since you mentioned you're going to go see them, I've been now
Mhm.
that I'm keeping an eye out for their names on
Yeah.
posters and stuff. They're booked for a
Mhm.
bunch of festivals this summer,
Yeah, dude.
and not just
Absolutely.
local. I think they're booked for
No, no,
Download
no.
and is it Download in the
Yeah.
UK?
Yeah, like
Mhm.
they're on a tour right now across Canada, I believe. Western Canada. I think they started off in Ontario. I don't think they did east of Ontario at all, but they're locally both bands, Cancer Bats and Comeback Kid are both local bands from Winnipeg here and
Mhm.
been doing this for years, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
well,
yeah, they're
I
they're
could
not
tell you
just they're
just
not
from looking around and all the different groups I'm on, they ain't so local, man. They got some gigs coming up.
well, that's what I'm saying, you know what I mean? But they're
Mhm.
from here and they put
Yeah.
their time in, they put the work in,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
They have multiple albums out. Like these bands have been around for a
You know
long
when
time,
you
dude.
look at a
I used to go to
festival
shows where there was
flyer?
like 20 people at them only.
Mhm.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah. You know when you look at a festival flyer and then you got like the actual logos of the bands and those are like the
Yeah,
massive
man.
headliners. Then you
Yep.
have some smaller names and then you have really little names. They're not in the
Yes.
really little names. They're in the bigger
I
ones.
Yes,
Well,
like they're known, man.
depending. Like I'm
Absolutely.
sure Paul McCartney's there, Cancer Bat slides down a slot, but like, you know what I mean?
That's for sure. Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. No, too good, man. Too good. But
That's
yeah, it
fantastic.
was a real good time, man. You know what I mean? It was fun. It was nice catching up with people I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
The atmosphere, like I said, was great. Everybody there was just there for one reason, to listen to music. It was really cool because like just a bunch of old heads, you know what I mean? Just sitting there,
Hmm.
just like jamming out, man. It was really, really, really nice, man. It was good. It was a chill night. Really good.
Well, I guess this is growing up.
Yeah, exactly. No, for sure.
What
Definitely, man.
what were you drinking?
What wasn't I drinking?
Oh, that was one of those.
There's many different beers going down. I mean, at one point, then I don't know. I guess because I haven't seen this band in a long time, and it brought me back to being 20 again. I started drinking PBRs. You know what I mean? Like I don't
Oh,
know. Yeah, and they also the PBRs and like tall boys too. So it's just like, oh
oh,
boy.
yeah, but
Yeah,
those should be
yeah.
drinking in alleys somewhere. Like,
It, it was maybe at a park bench or something. Yeah, like, but like I left there. I left
hey,
there.
look,
It
they
was
don't
pretty
just
good. I
give
haven't felt
away
good.
blue ribbons, right? You got to earn these things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. PBRs, man. You know what? It's okay to like I'll have one once in a while, but then I
Yeah,
remember
for sure.
like but then I remember like buying a 12 and just putting a 12 right to the face like ugh.
Uh, Buddy, I know.
Yeah,
Just the like
yeah,
worst headache, man. Ugh,
yeah.
not good. Not good.
And any whiskey?
Nope, nope. Honestly, no hard alcohol at all. Just beers that night.
Just beers. Excellent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was good. It was good, man. It was good.
Fantastic. Any other standout pieces?
Uh, Besides, like for the concert itself,
Just the vibe, man. Like where'd you go beforehand? Good joint? One of the
we went
places
to
on
this.
your
We
little
went to this pub.
stroll? Your pub
Okay,
stroll?
fair enough. We went to this pub. We went to this pub called Leopold's Tavern. They
Mhm.
have multiple different ones, locations. I mean, spread around the city, but this one's like
You know,
right
when you
next
go
to
into the north, we have to create the whole setting. There was a light snowing. The Armageddon was on the forefront. You didn't know if it was coming or not. You
No,
know,
no.
as the street lamp glared off your gold chain as you looked towards your lady and took a sip of your first
Right
beer,
next, right
you
next,
thought it's
right
going to
next
be a
to the
good
venue.
night.
Right next to the venue, there's a
All right.
there's a pub
Leopold's, you said.
right next door. It was really really good. Leopold's, yeah. There's one not too far from my crib that I've talked to you about with the Jericho room, right? Chris
Mm-hmm.
Jericho room.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this one's got just a bunch of other random shit all over the place. They got good brews like from all over. So yeah, we had a couple cheeky pints there, and then we headed
Just a
on home
cheeky one.
for
So you
yeah.
weren't just out, you were out, out.
We were out. Yeah, definitely.
All
We were
right.
out. Yeah.
Shout out to Mickey Flanagan.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Fucking
Good one,
hilarious.
good one. But I
Cool.
mean, I can go literally. I could tell you, like, I ran into a guy I haven't seen in a long time. He was a friend of my brother's. He's buying me beer. We're hanging out. I turn around and he's gone. Nowhere to
He
be
gave you
found.
that look.
And then his buddy was just standing there by himself. And I'm like, where'd buddy go? And he's like, I don't know. And then I look back at the music and I'm watching the music and I look back and his buddy's gone. And I'm like, hmm, where'd they go?
Do you guys have a name for that out in Winnipeg?
What do you mean?
Like we like to call it like a cat flap. We call it cat flap, or like the Irish goodbye.
Sure. Yeah, never heard of it, to be
Literally
honest.
just ninja dust. Like you're there hanging out with somebody drinking,
Yeah.
and all of a
Yeah.
sudden, poof,
Oh,
disappear.
yeah. Yeah.
There's no,
I
there's
mean,
no.
I no words that I know for it. I mean, not me personally. I
Uh-huh,
don't know, but
uh-huh. He
but
fucked
I
right
just
off.
know
I
that
guess would be the best take on that.
he just fucked right off.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
What happened to Buddy?
And
Fucked right off.
it was probably time for him too, because I don't think he was seeing straight at that time. So I'm pretty sure he fucked off outside to get some fresh air.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
the gods of rock and roll carried him home that night because the Cancer Bats
Yep.
and Comeback Kid kicked ass.
It was a great show, man. Cheers to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Anybody watching this, go check out their music. If you're familiar with the bands, there's a website called setlist.fm. You could go back and check the set lists of the shows you've seen, and it goes back years. So,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
I'm
Coachella
excited.
is actually this weekend, and they've been live streaming since yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah.
Yes.
Friday, Saturday,
Yes.
Sunday.
Yes, this is true. I have
Hmm.
been watching a couple bits and pieces of it here and there.
Yeah. I saw, who did I see? Excuse me. Excuse me. Who did I see today? I think I caught Coffee at like 4 o'clock.
I caught
But
coffee. That's what I see.
yeah, was it today or yesterday? Anyways,
Yeah,
I heard, I didn't
hey,
see it, but was it Billie Eilish brought
yes,
out the guy from Blur and Post the News from De La Soul, and they did Feel Good Inc.
you're kidding me.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, because
Oh, it's
I
awesome.
I always thought it was Del the Funky Homo Sapien in Gorillaz, but I think it's this guy.
No, it's Dell. Dell
It's Del.
was. Yeah, Dell's and Gorillas.
Well, I don't know, but this guy was doing the verses, and then the guy from Blur, who is the main guy for Gorillaz, he did the singing parts, and then she was
Yeah,
just
I
out there
got.
hype with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I love shit like that. You know what I mean? It's you have all these different artists around and people you could pull from. Like
Yeah,
Coachella is still something that the world, well, maybe not the world, but at least in North America, when it happens, people stop and they pay attention to it. It's gonna be one of those musical points, like this massive show. This guy did something like you always check in on that sort of thing to pull from these sort of things. You know,
absolutely.
this
Yep.
guy brought out this person brought out
Hmm.
whoever.
Well,
The
usually those
Tupac
big festivals like
hologram, for
that.
example.
Well, yeah, but I mean those big, especially that one. There's always something interesting that happens, or
Hmm.
some guest appearance of somebody. You know what I mean? That you end up finding out about. It's just, yeah,
Yeah.
it's every year, man. That festival is just unreal.
Yeah.
I'd love to check it out sometime.
I think next weekend there's, I forget who's headlining next weekend, but they're going to re-show some of this weekend because I wanted to check out Swedish House Mafia with the weekend.
Yeah, man. Same,
Because
same.
you gotta
That'd be
figure if
good.
they're doing Coachella together, they
Hmm.
had to have remixed some of his tunes, right?
You would assume so.
You would hope
That's
so.
what I would
I
be
didn't see the
thinking.
set, but you would hope so. And the
Yeah.
weekend has bad tunes, dude. I know he's like a massive pop star now, but High for This off of, I forget which mixtape it is, but dude, if you play that in a car, I like to play it at around 2:30 when I'm DJing, when everyone's kind of slowing down a little bit. You want them to start getting ready for the door, but it's still, if people still want to dance, and it's got that
Yep.
heavy bass and the, oh, he's
It
so
does.
good.
It's got that good beat,
Yeah,
that
the
good beat
weekend's
to it, man.
sick.
It's good.
He's got juke tunes. He's got stuff you could party to. He's got like pop hits, "Can't
Oh,
Feel My
yeah.
Face" and "Hills" and
Yeah, man, for sure. No,
yeah.
he's a talented man. He knows what he's doing.
Hmm.
That's for sure.
Yeah. But
For
in
sure.
looking at who was going to be at Coachella, I noticed that a
Mhm.
lot of the artists are going to be at Osheaga. Like a
Yes,
lot of
sir.
the, I remember I was talking about the small names on the flyer.
Yes.
A lot of the small, but some of those guys, not to disrespect
Mhm.
anybody, reaching a stage this big is a wonderful accomplishment. Not to take anything
Yep.
away from anybody, but when you look at the flyer, they're the little names. A
Hmm.
lot of those people are going to be over at Osheaga this year, which is
Yeah.
interesting. It's interesting, but it's not. I mean, you could only find so many bands, so like a lot of them you're not going to know. And
Well, who are some of the bigger names that are coming to Osheaga that you know
so,
of?
oh well, dude. So the Saturday is going to be ASAP Rocky with some other people, but Bleachers is going to be there, and it's going to be amazing. I think the
Oh, dope.
Sunday is Dua Lipa and some other people. And then the Friday, we talked about this, it was supposed to be the Foo Fighters. Now, the
Yes.
Foo Fighters obviously will not be performing likely ever
Mhm.
again.
No,
So
I don't think so.
I was interested in getting a refund because, not to knock any of the other bands,
Yes.
it's an expensive ticket, and it's also a long day on the island to get your money's worth.
Who
And
who
seeing
who is? Sorry, keep going.
no. And so if we're not going to go see the Foo Fighters,
Yeah,
I'd like my money back.
fair enough. And that's the if that's the main reason why you bought the ticket, I don't blame you, man.
It is the
I don't
sole
blame you.
reason why I bought the ticket
You know what I
because
mean?
I
Then
would
yeah,
prefer
for
to be
sure.
there on the Saturday,
Yep, absolutely. Oh yeah, for sure.
not at
Absolutely.
175 bone or whatever
So,
it was. I'm not exactly
so
how much it was, but anyways, so they actually replaced the Foo Fighters though.
well, yeah, I was just about to ask you. So who did they replace them with by any
They
chance?
replaced them with Arcade Fire,
Mm.
Montreal band, homegrown,
But
massive.
not Foo
It's
Fighter Massive.
not for me. No, thank you. So I
That's
want
not Foo
out.
Fighter Massive.
Mhm. But apparently, Osheaga is not refunding tickets.
That sucks.
In a way, I understand. You have to pay all these other acts that aren't cheap, but all the other acts that are like bigger names. Now I don't know about the little guys, but all the other acts don't really support the Foo Fighters. Maybe the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, but all the other acts downwards aren't bands that would be opening up for the Foo Fighters likely. People bought the ticket to go
Gotcha.
see the Foo Fighters headline, and there's going to be 50, 60, 70,000 people there in the crowd screaming with you,
Gotcha. Yes,
right?
yes,
I don't know
yes.
if Arcade Fire, A, one, brings that type of crowd, and two, like, there are people like, say, my father in law's age. Shout
Yep.
out to Admiral Revis. People my
Well,
father in law's age.
Yep.
You know, he
Yep.
he's Arcade Fire is cool, but he wanted to go see the Foos.
Yep, for sure.
That's what he wanted to go do. That's what I was going to do. And no knock on Arcade Fire, but I'm not that big of a fan. And I don't think maybe they're headlining Montreal, but I don't think they'd headline anywhere else in the world, right?
See, this was gonna say,
And I
like,
know it's last minute. I get it. I get their situation. I get that it sucks that, the Foo Fighters lost a band member to
is it
tragedy and they're gone. But fuck that, dude. Yo, I don't want to go see Arcade Fire. And
okay
Osheaga, I hope, refunds people's tickets.
if 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 there was a band that was the substitute for Foo, who would you want it to be? Like, who would you go see?
There's
That's
a
just as
lot,
big. Yeah,
but
that would fill in.
just as big as the Foo Fighters.
Yeah, that would fill in. That you would like to see fill in for Foo.
I think Fall Out Boy can fill any stadium that they go to in the world. I will fight tooth and nail to the death with anybody. There is no
Yeah, but they, would-
there
they
is
would never be
no
the same.
date
They would
that they
never
can't book. Sorry, go ahead.
they would never open for Foo Fighters for though ever.
Fall Out
Like
Boy?
in
Why
an
not?
actual stadium, because I don't think Foo Fighters would bring them on.
I mean, maybe not, but I mean, they're all musicians. They're all accomplished. Like, Fall Out Boy is kind of. I'm not gonna say they're the Foo Fighters of a generation, but like, they made a much bigger cultural impact than a lot of people give them credit for.
How about Rage?
Rage is booked all over the place, I think.
I'm just
I'd go
saying though,
see
would
I'd
you
go see
go?
Rage, but I don't think you can get him. Yeah, sorry, to finish that last little thought on Fall Out Boy. If they book a show anywhere in the world where there's enough people to go, like not Antarctica, for example, they'll fill any
Hmm.
stadium they book. 100%, I have zero doubt. I'm also a
All right,
massive fan, but Rage
yes
would
you are.
be cool, but again, all the supporting acts don't make
Yes,
sense. Iron Maiden, I'd go, I'd stay, but like, I'm gonna see Big Sean, Charlie XCX, Kid Leroy, and then Iron Maiden.
I hear you. No,
You
I
know what
hear
I
you.
mean? Like the
Yeah,
Foos
I
is
know.
perfect because they're in that spot where like
I
maybe people show up for the yeah yeah yeahs and Foos, but all the kids are leaving by the time Kygo's done.
so like check this out, man. Like this is what like I was looking at the venue, like in the list of the people who are on each day, right?
Hmm.
And to me, it doesn't even see attractive enough for me to even want to buy a ticket. Now that the Foo is out, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, there's nobody there I'd really pay money to go and watch. Maybe
I
ASAP Rocky, but
hmm
I would leave after him because there's nobody else there I'd want to see.
But he's the headliner.
I know. You know what I mean? So
And
I mean, I
if
don't.
you show up late, you're spending $175 to go all the way out to Jean Drapeau.
I know. You know what I mean? So I don't think I would even. I feel like this year the lineup was put together quick and with whoever they can get. That was somewhat of a name.
Well, everyone booked up quick after the dreaded C
COVID.
word started falling
No, for
apart.
sure.
Now it's
I
gone
hear you.
or gone-ish. And then we could
Yep.
have festivals again. Everyone booked up quick, right? Don't forget, there's that festival in October, that massive emo festival I sent you in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I thought you were getting
excuse
ready
me.
to talk about the Ottawa Blues Festival, which looks unbelievable.
There's a lot of good bands on it.
Like, whew,
Oh, excuse me.
whew.
There's a lot of good bands on it, and the days have like two headliners, and then a bunch of bands you're not sure of. Like Alanis Morissette's on the same day as Garbage,
I know, I know, crazy,
which yeah. Taryn's like,
crazy,
can we go to that? I'm like, let's
right?
try to figure that out. Alexis on Fire is on the same day as Sum 41.
That's why I would like to go. I'll tell you that right now. That'd be amazing.
That'd
I'd
be
love to
sick.
see Alexis.
There's a few other good acts too. Ottawa's Blues Fest is dope. What else is coming up? All over Europe, there's like massive festivals. There's a whole
Oh
bunch
yeah,
in the
every
States.
year.
Like I think A Day to Remember is playing like something like 7 or 8 different festivals this summer,
Gotcha.
and I would love to just see them once.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I bet
So
it'd be a good show.
yeah, so Osheaga, if we end up having to go or
Yes,
trading the tickets for a different day, then I'll go and I'm
yes,
gonna have a good time. I'm sure Arcade Fire is gonna be amazing. It's a hometown crowd. It's gonna be good. It's just not the
yes.
thing I signed up for. So if we don't get it refunded, then we're gonna go and we're gonna have a good time. But
Oh yeah, you'll make it a good time, man.
yeah, absolutely. But as for sorry, We are talking about the Ottawa Blues Fest, and then oh yes, so the Jazz Fest is coming, and the Roots are
Yep.
doing a free show to close,
Nice.
and Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats are coming.
Have you
So
seen the Roots?
I told my father-in-law, I'm like, listen, we're not going to go to Osheaga. Likely, you're not going to get to see the Foo Fighters, but if we get to go downtown and see the Roots, he's like, yeah, I'm totally down for that.
I seen the Roots at the Winnipeg Jazz Festival many moons ago.
And I'm sure they were amazing.
Unreal. One of the best hip hop shows I've been to. Like true hip hop. You know what I mean? Like really good show. It was awesome.
Well, a lot of people still discount hip hop and saying it's just a bunch of bubbada over just like loud music, and it's not. It's the art forms come so far, but when the Roots do it,
Yeah, man.
the
Yeah, man.
instrumentation is
Right.
beautiful. Black
Yeah,
Thought,
man.
not only is he lyrically so sound, his voice is another instrument, kind of
Smooth.
James
Man.
Brown-esque, you know what I mean?
Smooth.
The way
Smooth.
the way he sounds is another tone. It's not just some rapper saying abada babada babada. It's his voice and the way he builds the verse. Every
Yeah,
sound has
yeah.
a place in correlation with the other sounds, and the
Mm-hmm.
a horn hits
Mm-hmm.
when he says a certain word, and there's a deeper bass pluck or a boom boom instead of a boom
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a spot.
Yeah.
Like the cadence of his rap goes along with the symphony of the band. I don't know how big the band is.
I
I
don't even
think
know, man.
it's
10 piece, something 12 piece. They're huge. I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
even know. They're big. They're big.
yeah.
But
But they're massive.
yeah, like I mean, it's gonna be great to be able to catch a bunch of festivals this summer and stuff. Finally, like
Yeah.
come back together. You know what I mean? So that's
Mhm.
always good. But
I feel I feel like the Roots not hit the jackpot, like not hit the lottery, but like because they earned their stripes. But the fact that they're on the Fallon show
mhm.
and they're the house band and they do so many different musical things with so many different musical guests, and they
Yes.
still get to be playful with the music, and they still get to
Mhm.
perform every single night, and they're getting the recognition now. They're a household name.
Yep, I hear you, man,
Whereas
for sure.
for a long time, the Roots, were they a rock band? No. Were they a straight
No,
hip hop group? Not with all those live instruments. Not really. Not what most people,
big
or
rock.
at least the masses, would consider a hip
Yeah,
hop group, right?
exactly, exactly. No, for sure, man.
No, that's one
But
group
yeah,
that definitely deserves
we're
their flowers, man.
for sure, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely, dude, for sure. Like I said, festival this summer. I'm looking forward to a bunch of
yeah,
them, checking them out, just listen to music again with lots of people around. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a lot of fun, Grant. You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Did you know Scott Storch
But
started
yo,
with the Roots?
I
Yeah, he
I
was a
didn't.
keyboard player.
Do you remember Razel for the
Yeah,
Roots? Man of like ninth and seventh wonder of the world, or whatever the hell they call him. He had those. He was nuts. He was unreal.
absolutely. So,
He was
anyways, yeah,
unreal. But yo,
it's gonna be a wild summer of music.
did you happen to hear, man, about this Elon Musk debacle with Twitter?
I don't understand if he just wants us to talk about him or if he actually buys Twitter. What the fuck is he gonna do now? You know, when you bluff so hard and then you get fucked over and the thing actually happens. He's like, what
Right?
the hell am I gonna do? I'm
Like,
sure he has a plan if he
to
says 46 billion.
be honest, man, I really feel like he's just like throwing his big dick around. Like he's just playing the big dick game, man. Check it out. Like I could buy this if I wanted. Here's how many billions? 40, over 40 billion he offered or something like that.
I believe the number was 46.
Uh Crazy. Either way, like nuts. But I he's he's a shisty man. Like shisty man. The things he does to make markets go up and then crash just by
So,
saying the name one.
well, exactly. Well, so off the first thought, buying Twitter as a property only makes sense if it stays the most interesting not, I mean, not information exchange in the world, but you know, a lot of news gets broken on Twitter. A lot of
Yep.
interesting things are tweeted by, you know, celebrities, scientists. A lot of things get broke on Twitter. A lot of people screw up their careers on Twitter. Twitter is it is very important to the zeitgeist. It's very important
Mm-hmm.
to the people, you and I, and almost everybody else we know, who look into their phone, and that's where they get the bulk of their information,
It's the truth. Yep.
right? And Twitter,
Yeah, man.
not always a trustworthy place, but Twitter is a place where a lot of this information is exchanged. So it has tremendous value. But then if Elon Musk comes in and starts fucking with it or loses a lot of the goodwill he has, actually in a
Yeah.
lot of spots he doesn't have any goodwill.
Yeah.
You know, if he
True.
goes to start, if he
Yeah.
goes and starts dicking around, what happens if, you know, I don't know how many how many shares are available, but if the stock price drops $1 times
Yep.
X amount of, you know, market cap, that could be billions of dollars down the dream in value.
Catastrophic.
And that's only going to
Catastrophic.
continue to fall if people just quit on Elon Musk and then he starts being super restrictive with the stuff you could talk about, or
Yeah.
super restrictive with what you're supposed to be. You know,
Yeah.
you're not
I'm not.
supposed to get banned from Twitter.
Yeah.
That's not a thing that happens. But, you know, if he
Exactly.
starts messing around and it reflects more his own personal politics and starts to stop people from being themselves on there, he could do severe damage to it. The other side of that, though, is he puts his name to anything. He even mentions something, and the value flies through the roof.
Yep. He's done it. He's done it multiple
You
times.
know, look at the thing that happened with Dogecoin. So
Yes, I heard.
I don't exactly know how it all went down, but Joey does. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time on the Into the North podcast, Joey.
Yo.
Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome, Joey.
What's up, boys?
What's up, buddy?
Hello. Hello.
So we're ready to talk about Dogecoin?
For the record, I own a little bit of Doge. I don't know if that makes me untrustworthy in this conversation.
He's got to full disclose for ethical reasons.
Yeah, my hands are dirty.
Grant's
I
doing
also
a pump and dump
also
right
got
now, boys.
I also got 7 million
right now,
SHIB. I'm hurting, boys. I was gonna be a shabillionaire and now I'm shabroke. So
Right.
all right. So Dogecoin started off in the millionths of a cent, right?
Yeah, or close enough to it.
Close to it.
The important thing to look at is that it was like, as we're seeing here, 1/1000th of a cent.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get a little tweet from Mr. Musk on February 4th.
Hold on. It was worth more than 1,000th of a cent when he tweeted this, right?
Well, you're going to see this was February 4th, 2021 that he tweeted this. And if we go back and look at February 4th.
Oof. It's crazy.
600% jump.
Guys, yeah. Insane.
On February 5th. So that was the first time he tweeted about Dogecoin. And as you can see from the tweet, that's all he did.
Yep.
He
literally
just
just
said that.
told all the people who are listening to go and buy it.
Yep.
Are you the people? I think so. Go and buy this crypto immediately.
But then we have another tweet, a more important tweet, on April 15th of 2021. And of course, he does a little meme. And if we take a closer look here, we can see there's a wee bit of another jump there.
Yes, there is.
And you can see the second spike is pretty much where all the news outlets pick up that he's tweeted about it. So the first spike is him tweeting about it. The second spike, to even further take it all the way to its highest point, was when the media picked up and started reporting on, you know, him tweeting about it.
Sell off like a motherfucker.
Well, it wasn't exactly a sell-off. It was actually something else. It was this. On May 7th, that's where it took that nosedive.
Dogecoin tumbles after Elon Musk calls it a hustle on SNL show.
I've seen it. I seen it live, man.
Right. So you can plot all these points where he's essentially manipulating the market.
Yep.
Joey, is that illegal?
What he's doing? Technically, no.
That's not insider trading?
No.
If you own 10 million 10 million
No.
Doge.
Insider trading is like having knowledge of something that's happening internally at a company that's going to affect its stock price.
But he knows he affects the stock price.
But he's doing it all out in the open.
Yes.
And this is the problem with a meme.
If I stab you in the street, I still go to jail.
I understand, but this is a meme crypto. What is its intrinsic value? Ephemeral,
It's in
unknown.
Billions.
It's nothing. It's everything. No one knows.
No one knows. Exactly.
It's not like a company where like Elon Musk could say with this Twitter thing, Twitter is the greatest app ever known to the history of mankind. And it's like, well, I've used Twitter. I know exactly how good Twitter is.
Mhm.
But this meme crypto coin, its value is in flux constantly. So
But
it's
in
not the
his
same thing.
position, he could have made or broke. He could have make or break tons of people financially. Some people could have lost their freaking shirts.
Well, in
Yeah.
this particular case, more money was made than lost. But you
Okay.
know for sure that he was buying a whack ton of Dogecoin before making these tweets, and he
For
sold
sure.
all
sure.
like we. This is conjecture, and we don't, for legal reasons, we don't really know, but
Yeah, exactly.
we're certain he sold his Doge at that peak
Guaranteed.
after
close
that
enough to
that
it.
second tweet, and then went on SNL and made the jokes about it being a hustle because at that point he's out, and this is called a pump and dump. So
Which is
now
illegal.
he's doing this with Twitter. But what he's doing with Twitter is a lot more legally in jeopardy.
Okay.
You're supposed to push Wabistics.
Exactly.
Yeah. No kidding.
So what he initially did was he bought a whole bunch of Twitter, right? And then there was talk of him being on the board.
He bought
sorry.
9% and it's supposed to jump to 15, if I'm correct.
I think he ended up getting 14.
14%.
Okay.
And then he was going to be on the board, and then he wasn't going to be on the board. And then there was talks of hostile takeover.
Yeah, if he gets a vote, that changes the whole ballgame.
Right. And
Yeah.
like what his actual goals are, nobody knows. But what the result is it's essentially a billionaire having a wank with his money.
Yeah.
Like he's just
It means nothing to him.
it literally means nothing to me. He's the richest man in the world. I think
He's
he's
just
got
fucking
a
around.
higher net worth than Bezos at this point.
This man.
So he's doing this for fun, and
He
you
is.
can bet your
Yeah,
ass he's
it's a
making
laugh
money
to
off
him.
of it.
It's a laugh to him. It's for shits
It
and
is
giggles. man.
exactly right.
It's a joke. It's such a joke.
Now,
So not cool.
but what does that mean for the rest of the world? Just because he's having a jerk with it, what does that mean if he buys Twitter and fucking completely changes it as an ability to communicate with each other across the planet, right?
I don't think he actually has designs on ruining, quote unquote, ruining Twitter.
No, but was he gonna buy it and leave it in his basement? Like,
I think he's doing the same thing he did with Dogecoin. He's going to create a scenario in which he can cash out at significantly high. He's going to do exactly the same thing. But one of the byproducts of all this is that other major companies in that space started thinking, well, maybe we can buy Twitter.
Yes.
The Facebooks and the Googles are like, wait a minute.
Yeah. They say
now
start
there's
looking
a big problem with the Googles and the Facebooks of the world buying Twitter, because much like how it's a great way to communicate, it is one of the biggest pillars of social media.
Right, exactly.
And Google already owns YouTube, and Facebook owns Instagram.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
So if any of these companies get their hands on Twitter, now it starts getting into monopoly zone or range.
Very close
Exactly
to,
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I believe it's called antitrust, right? For the actual experts.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You know, like when Bell was the only company, no disrespect to Bell, when Bell was the only company you could get your phone from forever.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's a monopoly. You have all the business.
Yep.
And then, you know, other companies started creeping up, and now the CRTC or whatever, I believe it's the CRTC, I'm not exactly sure. They're passing legislature and stuff to protect some of these smaller companies to exist in the marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
Just so it's not one massive company dominating the entire market. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of great up and coming socials. You know, Snapchat made a massive run, but now I think even Facebook owns Snapchat.
I'm not certain. I know TikTok is still somewhat independent from all that.
That's another massive frontier that.
Yeah, TikTok's by it's a Chinese company called ByteDance.
Okay.
And I'm sure they don't need to sell it off to the Facebook.
No, it's huge right now. Yeah, it's huge.
But still, you know, it's like it's much like if, you know, one massive corporation owned both major news outlets.
Right.
You know, if they owned MSNBC, CNN, and Fox News, they're just going to tell you what they want through 3 different voices that appeal to your what you want to hear. You know, they appeal to your sensibilities. Fox News for the rights, and then MSNBC for more left, and CNN it's closer to the middle, probably left of center. But you know, if one company owns all the news outlets, that's not news anymore.
Right. And one of the important things to note here is that no one really knows, no one other than Elon Musk knows what his actual game plan is.
You know the Grimes though?
Grimes. Don't get me started.
Joey, tell us how you feel about Grimes, buddy.
Don't get me started, man. Don't get me started. I could talk for like 20 minutes on that.
I know. I had to throw it in there.
No, but the thing is,
she doesn't help Elon Musk's public
help it.
perception.
She's a part of it. They're like they're living, breathing memes at this point.
Yep.
Like, no, but the thing with Elon Musk is you don't get to be the richest man in the world without always having a plan. And you can look at each step of the process that's been going on with Twitter, and you can see like he has always an out. So it starts that he buys Twitter, and then he sees, okay, are they going to put me on the board and let me do what I want? No? Okay, then maybe hostile takeover.
Crazy.
Oh, well, I couldn't get the funding for that, so maybe I'll just pump the stock and then sell it and create a situation where someone else buys the company. He's always got a situation where he comes out of it. Either
he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
And all he has to do is sit there and tweet, and he has a worldwide network of people working this all out for him.
Exactly.
He's literally Don Corleone. He's just pointing, and then all the wheels start turning.
Right, and this one's a little more hands-on. The last one was a series of like 3 or 4 tweets in total to pump a meme crypto coin, you know. And this is something else entirely. And I think he's limit testing right now, seeing when the FEC is gonna be like, hey, come on now.
Yeah.
This is Lex Luthor shit, man. This is Bond villain shit.
I mean, he looks like a Bond villain, let's be honest.
Yo, tell me he's not a Bond villain. First of all, his name's Elon Musk.
Right?
Right off the bat. No disrespect to the lineage of the Musk family, but come on. He has his own fucking rocket ship company. That's Bond. That's fist fighting against Jason Statham and The Rock.
I mean, the Boring Company came out with a flamethrower.
Yeah, exactly.
They sold a flamethrower. Come on.
That's crazy.
This guy has Lex Luthor written all over him. It's Bond villainy. I'm sure he has a jetpack hidden in like every car he owns.
Too much money for his own good, this man. Too much money for his own good.
I don't know. Why should the world be his plaything just because he's insanely rich? I understand.
Well, that's exactly why.
you work hard or you do whatever in your life and you reach a certain level, and hats off to him. But like, I don't know. The world is his plaything. He just does what he wants. It's like, oh, that's interesting. People are buying this thing. Let me fuck with it for 3 months. And because he says word, hundreds of millions of dollars move.
I mean, we talked about this just the other day.
I'm a little jealous. I'm not a jealous guy, but I'm a little jealous for that kind of. You wave your fucking pinky finger and hundreds of billions of dollars fly out the door. Like,
we talked about this just the other day with Jeff Bezos when we were talking about The Expanse.
Exactly.
That was a show that got canceled, and Bezos was just like, "No, I uncancel it. I buy it, I move it over to Amazon Prime, I uncancel that shit because I love that show and I want more of it." This man bankrolled a show just because he liked it. Uncanceled it. Okay.
Of a crew of 800 people, I think they retained, like, I'm just making up a number, but they probably retained like 90% just because he overpaid them.
Yeah,
You're the guy who makes the egg salad sandwiches? No. You're staying on. You're staying on.
You're staying. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm sure they got the rights to
it. The
it.
Expanse comes back.
Yeah, I'm sure they got the rights to it for a song because it was canceled. Like, it was too expensive to make. It was just like Rome. You know, it was a great show, but it was too expensive to make. And Bezos was like, "No, I want to see this, so I'm going to make it happen." And that was it. Like, just just billionaire things.
Must be nice, eh? Must be nice.
Must be fucking nice.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll see where this goes, man. Elon Musk is, I mean, he's part of the world now, right? He's somebody we know. You know, my kids might not recognize Frank Sinatra when they see him, but they're gonna know who Elon Musk is. Like, well, not my kids, but other people's kids. Like,
yeah.
So we'll see how this plays out. But you know what? We're gonna keep a closer eye on it. And if there's anything worth to talk about, we'll bring it back up.
Hey,
And
hey,
I'll be here to pull up any information you guys need going forward.
Exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
I was.
round of applause
Yeah,
for our fellow friend here, Joseph. Thank you,
fucking
Thank
right.
you. Thank
So
you.
I was gonna do a bit where, like I said, that I got an Iron Man level OS and say, but I got it off Wish, so instead of a Jarvis, we got a Joey. But
That's why I put my name as Jarvis in the
there you go.
situation.
But yeah, Joey's joined the team. We're happy to have him. He's gonna be throwing up all the graphics we need and throwing in an opinion or two.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So welcome to the family, Joe, and we keep pushing here into the North podcast, man. All we're trying to do is make it better and better.
Mm-hmm.
I want to bring you shit you want to hear
That's the
about.
main goal.
Yeah.
Make it more entertaining, more appealing,
Hell yeah.
and make sure we're also coming up with the right facts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks again,
We don't
Joseph.
want to sit here
Thanks
talking
again.
out both sides of our mouth or talking out of our neck. Talking, I think it's talking out of our neck. See, that's this kind of thing Joey's gonna look up.
I basically just Google things.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right
I
on,
drink
man,
whiskey
right
and I
on.
Google things.
It's true.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's hey man, we got a couple of fans.
Yeah.
A couple of people I work with. They say they listen all the way through. Well, yeah, one of
Nice.
Terrence's friends. I'm getting input from people on things we missed on certain topics, and
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
still, man, yo, we're building.
I got a small following here too, man. You know, I got some people who are taking a look at it here and there.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You know what? I just want to I want to be on top of it, as we say it all the time. This
Yeah.
is you know, there's a lot of super professional and long worked on stuff out there, but you know what? We're going after it. You're gonna see it from the ground up, man. If
Yeah,
this ever really pops, trust me, you guys are coming with us. We appreciate
sir.
everybody who takes the time to fuck with us.
Much appreciated. Much
Hell yeah.
appreciated.
Yeah, here's to you guys.
Yes.
So you
Oh,
wanted to
man.
ask me something, Cory?
I just wanted to check in with you on if you've paid any attention to the NBA playoff brackets here. Who's
So
watched
I
any yet, or know who's in it, or
yeah, I
anything like
followed
that?
it all the way up to the end of the playing games, and then we discussed talking about this. So I tried to not see anything because I want to make my picks off the
Yeah,
cuff.
here you go. Same.
However, excuse me, I caught the Nets versus Brooklyn game today.
Yes, yes, you
Oh,
did.
that's gonna be a tasty first rounder.
Oh, for sure, man.
That's gonna be a tasty first rounder.
Yeah, it's gonna be really, really tasty, I think. Yep, for sure.
Okay, so I was thinking, we were talking about this before we went on air tonight. I don't think with all the teams all the teams in the playoffs, there's a
Yeah,
team with a 1-2 punch that's as good at their best as Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
Like,
absolutely agree.
I was watching Kyrie today, and obviously he has a chip on his shoulder because he has old beefs with Boston, right?
Yep.
So, and he came out
Hmm.
and it's this guy. He's so frustrating. He says so much dumb shit and he leaves his team hanging. I don't want to discuss anything about vaccinations, but he had a chance to play in 20, 30 odd home games this year. I believe it is. If he would have
Yep.
chose to get vaccinated, he chose not to.
Hmm.
So that's right off the bat. That's a lot of NBA superstar money you're leaving on the table. And it's also, a lot of people feel like he let his fans down, his teammates
Yeah.
down. That's fine and
Yeah.
dandy, and I don't want to discuss that aspect of it. What I want to discuss is Kyrie Irving always finds a way to have his name or face in a situation that doesn't show him the love that his game earns. He always ends up like he's the vice president of the union. He's a
Yeah.
fantastic and his public image is weird because his on-court image, he is one of the single best ball players in the league. He does not get
So,
nearly enough respect, nearly enough the fucking praise he deserves.
well, it's because I feel like his off court, you know, habits are what shadow him, right? Like,
Hmm.
so
But it's
people
not
only see that.
habits. It's just he makes weird choices and he says weird things.
Okay,
He believes the
yeah,
earth's
his
flat.
decisions in life, the
Yeah,
decisions he makes in life off the court aren't
yeah.
exactly
But on
are
court,
shadowing him. His decisions on the court, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but on the
the
court,
fans either love him or they
Kyrie's
hate him. That's how it
filthy.
is.
You
Yeah.
know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely, for sure. Solid ball player, man. Like,
yeah.
solid ball player.
and he killed it
Sure.
tonight. He killed it tonight. Durant had an okay game, but the rest of the boys were Claxton wasn't great. He had a
No,
solid game, but Seth Curry played hard, but it was solid. But Boston, on the other hand, has nowhere near the stars of that caliber or even name recognition, and they just grinded it out and grinded it out. I have a hard time picking a winner in this series. What do you think?
in the Boston Nets.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be. To be honest, man, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes the full series. You know what I mean? Like
I hope it
I
goes 7.
I think it's going to, man. I really do. It's going to be a solid. Like I think it's going to be probably one of the better series played in these playoffs this season. Like yeah, it's going to be a tooth and nail, hard in the paint. Like it's both teams going at it. Like there may be blood, sweat, and tears are going to be getting spilt on this court, man. Like
Mhm.
it's going to be, I think, one of the most entertaining series of this playoffs this year,
I
man. Like it's going to
absolutely
be,
feel you.
it's
And
going to be
I didn't see Ben Simmons's box score today. I don't believe he played.
okay. I'm
And
not. I'm not
if Ben
sure.
Simmons can come out and give you just, I don't know, 6 minutes a game, just playing defense, he doesn't need to shoot. Just pass the
That's
ball and
true.
play defense. Do you know how
Yep.
much better that makes your team?
Yeah.
You know,
For sure.
there's a reason why they got so much off of so much from that trade.
Okay.
I don't believe Harden. There you go. Oh, can you guess his box score? I'll give you a
No.
hint. Every single number is the same.
Really,
Yeah, every single number is the same in his box score. It's not that hard if you think about it, Cory Shan.
dude? I don't know. What
It's
is it?
a big old 0. He did not play a single minute, so he
He
did
did you
not play
nothing
tonight.
tonight?
Nothing.
Oh,
Didn't play tonight. I
pathetic.
don't know what it was. Was it just the beef with Philly, or he said he was going through some other stuff too? But like, it's the playoffs. He was practicing. You saw him in practice.
Yeah.
Play. Fucking play.
I, I don't know,
Remember
man.
in 300 when Gerard Butler walks up to the guy with his crew and he asks the guy, "What's your profession?" And the
Yep.
guy goes, "I'm a tailor." And he's like, "What's your profession?" "I'm a blacksmith." He yells out, "Spartans, what is your profession?" And they're like,
Yep.
"Oh, what's your
Yep.
profession, Ben Simmons? Is it fucking around and is it sitting there on the bench and watching? Or are you a ball player?"
I don't know. He's a baby. Obviously, that's what it sounds like.
That's why I don't care if he plays or not. I'm taking Brooklyn in 7.
I think Brooklyn's gonna take it too. I really do. I'm hoping they do anyway. Like I want them to advance out of that series for sure.
Boston could beat them in 5 games though. Like that could happen too, but I don't see it. I think in any game, if you have the single best player in said game, especially in a 7-game series, that is usually the deciding factor.
You know
And
what,
Kevin
man?
Durant is the best player on the court.
To be honest with you, man, I'm
And then the
just hoping
second
that.
best player on the court is Kyrie Irving.
Oh yeah, for sure,
So if you have the
for sure.
2 best players on the court,
To be honest, I'm just hoping Blake Griffin stands a chance of winning a championship, man. You know what I mean? I'm hoping to
he's a
see
good
that guy.
dude, man.
You know what? Okay, like been a fan of his since he came into the league. He was exciting, explosive. Like man would leap over anybody,
Hmm.
anyone's space to put the ball in. You know what I mean? He got
Hmm.
slapped. He got crap for doing shit like that. All he can do is dunk. All he can do is who cares? The
He's in
man's
the
putting up
NBA. Mind your
numbers.
business.
How he's putting the ball in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
A lot of haters on that,
all he
man. I
could
don't know
do is
why.
date Kendall Jenner and make millions for playing the game he loves, bro. Like,
Oh man.
come
It's
on.
just yeah, I would like to I would like to see him out of a lot of vets
Yeah,
that are in the playoffs right
Seth
now.
Curry.
But
Seth Curry's a hell of a ball player.
yeah, I know, but like Paul deserves to win one, I think.
Yeah, well,
You know what I
that's
mean?
okay. So we'll get into it. So we'll move
I
on
think
to that.
Harden deserves to win one. I think Harden deserves to win one, but I don't think he's
Harden.
going to.
I don't think Harden deserves nothing. We're gonna get to Philly because we're gonna talk about the Raptors for a bit. But Chris Paul and that team in Phoenix, they're likely the favorites, right?
I
Them or Milwaukee.
like. I mean, if I had to like, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's Paul deserves a championship. That man is just poured his heart out onto the court day
Yeah.
in and day out. I mean, he just
Yeah.
cares so much about the team.
Joey, who does Phoenix have in the first round? Phoenix has the Pelicans.
Yeah.
How great is that? LeBron trades away the entire future of the Lakers to go get AD. They get that
Yep.
bubble title, and now the Pelicans are in the playoffs, and LeBron's watching from home.
Yeah, exactly. Let's not even talk about LeBron right now. That's another night.
Oh yeah, hold on. Trust me, you're gonna get it too. You can invite every friend you have in Winnipeg. I'll go 1-on-50. I got you. I got you, boys.
What is this in reference to?
Yeah. So we're going to do a because see, I personally think that the single greatest basketball player in the history of the game is Mr. LeBron James. Cory Chan disagrees.
I do, but like I said, whatever. Another night. Don't get
No,
me
talk
started.
your shit. No. Say it. Say his name. Michael Jordan. Michael
I
Jordan.
think Jordan's a better ball player. Yep.
Yeah, sure. 30 years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I really-
Dunking on the freaking Sean Bradleys of the world. Sure. LeBron James has, dude, but when it's done, Steph and at least Kevin Durant will be in the top 15 players of all time.
Cool.
LeBron went toe to toe with him.
I'm
Most of his
sorry I
career.
asked. This is definitely a topic for another time.
Absolutely. We're actually going to get into
just,
this.
I'm just
I look
biting
forward
my
to it.
tongue and
Yep.
holding
Actually,
all of it back. I'm not going to nothing right now.
I'm ready. I'm ready. It's such a compelling argument. And
I'm
it's all for
getting
the love. It's all for the love of the game too. But you also
love
get to prove your buddy wrong, so that's gonna be a lot of fun.
That is the
savor
true
this.
prize.
Oh yeah,
God.
yeah. It's gonna be delicious. Anyways, the point
Right,
the point is this: LeBron traded away the entire future of the Lakers to go get AD. Meanwhile, the Pelicans are one of the tastier teams in the Western Conference now. He basically gave them a future with that bad
literally,
trade.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what he. Yep.
Yeah. Now they're gonna get 4 love against the Suns. The Suns are gonna kick the dick off them.
Yeah, but at least they're there though.
Yeah,
They made it.
absolutely. Oh no,
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean?
But they're not coming out of that series. I think it's gonna be 4-0
No,
Phoenix.
no.
Devin Booker,
Suns,
DeAndre Ayton, fucking Chris Paul. That team's cruising.
the Suns should sweep them. I think.
I believe so.
Yeah, man.
What do
I
we
mean,
got
I don't know.
next? Oh, my Miami
So,
Heat versus the
I
Atlanta
was gonna say,
Hawks.
I think Miami's gonna. I think Miami stands a chance to go really far, man. They
I
got a solid team this year, man. Like they got some key players like that are just gelled so well together that it's they're looking good, man. They're looking good.
So they're the land of misfit toys, this team. Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler
Yeah.
has done nothing but improve every team he's ever joined. You see the win totals go up for each year he's there.
Yep.
Almost every single team he's ever joined. They
Mhm.
call him Jimmy Buckets for a reason. He can take over
Yeah,
games. This
the
man
man
is
puts the ball in the
he is a
net.
star. Bam.
He gets paid
Bam.
to do what he does.
Absolutely. Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo can he rebound. He's got decent
Solid.
hands. He's able to shoot the ball. He brings an intensity that you need from your big man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's good down low. Like that man is solid in his position. He knows what he's doing down there for sure.
My boy Tyler Hero. It's in the
Woo.
bubble final when he licks that shot. Oof, LeBron's on the court. And then ABC, the slow-mo, he just walks away and got that
Oh, yeah.
sneer on. Just you can tell he sucked his teeth. He's in Miami now. He's hanging out with tons of Jamaicans, trust me. Yo, Hero.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I think the team's looking good, man.
And one of the single most underrated players in the history of the National Basketball Association, Mr. Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is the definition of a winner.
That's all he
And
does.
that's without ever winning. He won once. He won when they won the title with Kawhi. He won the title once, but that's the definition of a guy who comes out every single game, busts his ass, is a leader, is a ball player. He plays all phases of the game. I'm sure in practice he's a pit bull. I'm sure in the locker room he's amazing. That man is a winner, and I want to see him have success, especially since he's on my team.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, man. He is definitely a key player on that team that is helped them get to where they are this season. He is,
Absolutely.
like you said, a winner. Let this man wears his heart on his sleeve. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
He goes in every game 110% hard.
Yeah.
Like he throws his
I'm
body
I'm
into
not trying
danger.
to
Like
compare
no
them,
other time.
but yeah, James Harden, sure.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. I feel like I get more out of having a guy like Kyle Lowry on my team. And
Well,
I
he
know
gets better
Hardy
attitude
can
for
shoot for
a player.
60 and every night. And I get it. I know it's not comparable. It's it's
But
it's chalk and
you
cheese.
get,
But what I
you
am
get
saying
less
is,
drama.
sorry.
You get less drama, Larry. You know what I mean? You don't got to
I
deal with
think
that
you just get a better
bullshit
ball
Harden.
player. I think you get a better presence on your squad, like
Well, dude, he's got a better attitude.
by a million
He, you know
miles.
what I mean? He's a team player.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We're Harden, selfish, baby, even bigger baby, and just whines all the time. Drives me nuts. The man's a dirty ball
Mm-hmm. You know why Lowry gets
player,
traded? Because you get
but
sorry.
I can't stand. No, I'm just saying, Harden, he drives me nuts, man. I
Yeah.
don't. I can't together. It leaves sour taste in my mouth.
Lowry has been traded because he had tremendous value. Harden was traded because he had to get the fuck out of Dodge. He wasn't happy. They
Yeah,
weren't happy. Every team he's ever left was because they're like, nah, we're done with this guy. Like, it's no thank you.
yeah.
He won the MVP scoring 60 a game at Houston and they let him go.
Well, he comes with a headache, man. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
This man,
Yeah.
he comes with
Anyways,
a headache. He's got too many skeletons in the
yeah.
closet, man.
We're gonna get to him. We'll
Too
get
many.
more to him next. I just wanted to say Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta's got Trae Young. They got some ball players. They look good, but I think Miami beats them handily. I think they got the depth on the bench. I think Miami in 5 or 6.
Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
What, what do you moving on to another one here? Everyone knows the Raps stepped it up
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the season there to
Yeah.
make their way into the playoffs, right?
Since we just talked
You
about the
obviously paying
Raptors and
attention.
Philly a little bit, let's talk about the Raptors and Philly.
No, but well, hold on. Like, what I want to say about that was like, I heard right now too with the Raps, there's a couple injuries in the last little bit there too that might cause an issue for their next game. So
Mhm.
we'll see if they can pull that off, right?
Yeah.
You see them coming out of that series though, or are you really
No,
taking that?
I don't think so. I think that maybe Toronto at their best can give them some trouble, but Embiid's having a MVP season. Harden is one thing, but
Yeah.
Embiid is playing a great. He's having one of the best big man seasons in a long time.
All right.
Yeah, he
Fair
won the
enough.
scoring. He won the scoring title.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree, man. I see it. I feel like 76ers are too much for them to handle too. So
Yeah, the Sixers got a lot of good spot things in place. I mean, I want to cheer for Toronto. Obviously, I'm going to cheer for him. I want to see him win. There's no reason to cheer for
yep.
Philadelphia for me.
No. Same here, man.
No. So I hope Toronto does it, but I think Philly takes it pretty easy.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. I agree
So
with you on that one for sure.
So one of the more exciting series that we're gonna have, maybe not exciting in pedigree, but exciting in it's a whole bunch of kids, and none of these kids don't know that they're not supposed to be winning playoff series at this point. You know, when they always say that about a team, like they're so young, they don't realize they're not supposed to win, and they just do it because they're coming out and fucking around. Memphis versus Minnesota is gonna be awesome.
It I that is going to be yes, that is going to be an exciting series. Yeah, that's going to be very very entertaining. They got a lot of up and coming talent on both those teams
Yeah.
that are like so exciting to watch play ball, man. So
Ja
exciting.
Morant is a highlight reel in a human being. This
Hmm.
every single night you know he's playing, you're excited to find out what happens.
Oh yeah, the man so skilled, so skilled.
Yeah, I mean
What
he's
he's done,
got obviously he's still young, but
yeah,
he's got pep, man. He jumps out of the
mhm.
gym.
He's got so much hope and promise, man. Like this kid's going to be a star, like a
Hmm.
superstar in the NBA. Like
Yeah,
he's phenomenal.
and quietly the Grizzlies have been good around him. Like
It's truth,
when
yeah.
he was out, they went something like 21-2 without him in the lineup.
Oh really? I didn't
Yeah,
know it was that.
some news outlets were talking about how they were better without him. I'm
Oh
not so
shit.
sure of that, but
No kidding. No
yeah.
kidding. That's crazy. So who you think is
Meanwhile,
coming out of that?
well, I don't know because Minnesota's got Edwards, they got KAT,
Mhm.
they got there's another guy too. Anyways, that team is they got what's his name? He was on the table after the playing game the other night. It's not Chandler Parsons, it's Patrick Beverly.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And Pat Bev, man, when he's in a series, it's gonna get rough. There's gonna be some chirping. You know, you get a little
I
Rodman, Claude Lemieux vibe out of him.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I like Minnesota in that series. I really do. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be a close one though. It's not gonna be a blowout or nothing.
Hmm.
Um, I'm thinking
I think I'm gonna go with the Grizz.
really, eh?
I don't know. I think it's just
I
coming
think
together real well for them.
you know,
I think Ja Morant's presence and star power is gonna shine through. But you never know. They've been on the bench for a long time when it comes to being relevant, right?
yes, man. Like this is the first time in forever. You know what I mean? Like they've worked their way into this playoffs and they proved that they deserve to be there. So
And they won their
I'm
way
rooting
through the
for 'em.
play-in. I love the play-in. I know you're mentioning you're not wild about it. I like the play-in games.
Fair enough. Yeah.
You know, like it's not
It's,
playoff basketball. When you watch it, that's playoff basketball. They're getting after it. They want to get
well,
in.
yeah. Yes, they're trying to
Yeah.
get their way in, right? So I definitely yeah.
Well,
But I
isn't that great fan service? You know, you always wonder. You're always like, ah, man, if the season was one game longer, maybe they could have pulled it off.
true. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
No
so
kidding.
you know that little one game play-in style, any team could take it. I think it's
Yep.
why March Madness is so fun, right?
True.
Yeah,
Yes. That. Yeah.
one chance. If you win, you win.
One
If you
chance, I
don't,
get
you
it.
go home.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
there's no
sure.
adjustments, man. So it adds a little bit of zest to the playoff format.
All
I don't
right.
mind it.
Uh, here's a series I want to talk about.
Absolutely.
If you, I'm excited to see the Bulls and Milwaukee series.
Yeah, I'd be a little more excited if there wasn't so many guys hurt.
Uh,
Ball's hurt. DeRozan's struggling. I think Caruso's hurt.
Yeah, like the teams are banged up a bit, but I and I don't even know when uh or if any of those teams will be at full strength for this series even. Now that I think about it,
Is Giannis playing?
I
Is
don't
Giannis
believe so.
healthy?
Joey,
I think he
is
is. Yeah,
is
yeah.
is he healthy right now? I think he is. I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah. If
But
Giannis
like
and Antetokounmpo is playing, I don't think there's much to discuss on this end.
Who are we looking at?
yeah,
Giannis, Giannis. His last name's
great freak.
Antetokounmpo, I believe. I don't know how to say it.
Great
Are we looking to
Antetokounmpo.
see if he's hurt or if he's playing?
Is he playing?
Is he healthy? Did he play in that first game against the Bulls? Yeah,
Yeah, he
healthy.
did. Yeah, he did. Yep.
Yeah, what does that say? 37, 16, 3 and 2. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I don't. I mean, it convinced me that the Bulls are gonna put up a fight in this series.
Again, with a little bit, I mean, with the teams at full strength, maybe, but I don't know. I again rooting for the Bulls. Hope they
Yeah.
can pull it off, but it's
The
slim. It's
Again, we're cheering for DeMar DeRozan mostly.
yeah, I like him. He's
Yeah,
good. Yep.
yeah, but they could outrun the Bucks for sure if they're healthy.
I
But
think so.
if Caruso's not playing and you're missing
Yeah.
Ball too, that's what gives you the bulk of the attack. The first half of the season was great, but then people started picking up little nicks and little bangs, and then next thing you know, they end up being what the 4 seed,
No, fit sixth, 60.
the 6 seed.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, sixth. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I like Chicago. I think that team's built to go forward in the future. But I mean,
Yeah.
the defending champs, Giannis is probably winning another MVP, right? So I think they've taken about
Yeah.
4 or 5.
All right. Fair enough.
And
Okay.
then what do we have on the other side? Dallas and Utah.
Ah, I believe Dallas has
I
got this one.
I don't understand how Utah's been so good.
I don't get it either, because what makes them so good is what I'm trying to figure out. Like I
Donovan
just don't
Mitchell,
understand. But okay.
and then I
Yep.
honestly can't name another guy on the team. I don't
Exactly.
follow Utah very closely, so I'm not gonna
It-
pretend I'm the foremost authority on the Utah Jazz, but like I
no, but
don't know.
like, that's really their biggest name guy you mentioned right there. And I guess they're just
Patty
playing
Mills?
well
I
as
think
a
that Patty
group. I
Mills
mean,
maybe.
I guess. I don't know. But they're just playing good ball together is obviously what it is. Like their locker room's all on the same page. Those guys they're playing pretty decent, but I think Dallas is gonna have them. In probably six, actually, I think. I think Dallas will take it in six.
Yeah, so Luka Doncic is the best young player on the planet, and he's gonna
Yeah.
run off a few MVPs sooner than later if he could
Yep.
dedicate himself. I think he could do a little more work in the gym, like the weight room, not the basketball court.
Yes, I
You know,
hear what you're saying.
if he's
There's a
if
few
he
NBA players like that.
Yeah, but Luka Doncic came from Europe where he was playing pro ball at 16. Like he came over here at like
Yes.
20, whatever, and he was already a seasoned vet. Like,
Yep. Already knew what it was like to play against men. So
yeah, I think, and you know what? I'm happy for the Mavericks. I want to see them. I want to see them succeed.
yeah,
You know,
same.
in the 2010s when they had Dirk and Nash for a
Oh
little while.
man. Oh man. So remember Dennis Rodman when he played there briefly?
Mavericks?
Yeah. He had a contract where he could show up to practice if he wants. And he fucked that up. Yeah, it's like come to
Dude, yeah.
practice if you want. Just make sure you're at the games.
Hey, Dennis Rodman, who's as erratic as a professional athlete's ever been. Do what you want.
Yeah.
You got it, boss.
You got it, bud. This is a man who
Thank
fucked
you,
off
Mr.
during the
Cuban.
playoffs.
Yeah.
This is a man who fucked off to Vegas during the playoffs for the Bulls, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
just borrows Cuban's jet and fucks off for the weekend. I
no
gotta
doubt.
go meet Carmelo Electra in Vegas. I'll be right back.
Like
Yeah.
the man was like riding Harleys and shit. He's in a playoff game. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Hell of a ball player, but trust me, we're gonna talk about Dennis Rodman when we do our Jordan versus LeBron. I can't wait.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
I'm gonna dunk all over you guys. It's gonna be so good. It's
Sounds
gonna be
good,
so
Grant.
good.
I'm looking forward to it, bro. I'm looking forward to it. Because I already know what your argument is. And I mean, okay, that's with every sport, but we'll
Whoa,
get into
keep it
that
close to the vest, Chan.
Yeah.
Keep it close.
Don't tell me what cards
Don't
I
inform
have,
him of
Cory
your
Chan.
strategy.
No, don't worry, Grant. I know. Trust me. I'm ready. Trust me, I'm ready. It's gonna get heated.
Oh, it's gonna get heated, of course. I'm not. I don't even want to. Anyways, let's finish what we're doing here because that's gonna be a whole other thing. It's
I'm
gonna have to be
bringing
a
a goat.
two-parter even.
I'm bringing a goat.
And then what do we have left here? Boston, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Philly, Miami. Oh, Golden State.
Golden State.
Golden
Yep.
State and the Nuggets.
Golden
I
State's got
don't
it.
know. I think Jokic could take over that series, but at the same time, too, Golden State's been way better than they're supposed to be.
Yeah, I think Golden State's got that. It, maybe 5 or 6 games. Golden State takes it. I think. I don't think it's gonna go to 7. I don't think it's gonna be a sweep.
Yeah, I
Like, I
don't
mean,
think the
I'll give
Nuggets are that good.
the
But
Nuggets
then
a win or two.
Golden State has lost that air of invincibility, right? You know, they were
Yeah.
the single best franchise in basketball for 5 years, I guess. 3
Yeah.
straight finals, I think it was.
Yep. Yep. 3
Yeah.
straight. Yep.
And then they lost the loss to Toronto. That's got to stick in their craw, man.
Well, I mean,
Like I'm happy that the Canadian team got a chip and all, but like they put a boat on the water. But let me tell you something: if Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson don't get hurt, that's not the same series. That's not
the way
even
the
close
cookie
to the same
crumbles,
series.
bro. Doesn't matter
Oh,
how you win, man.
yeah, they
Doesn't
don't
matter
ask
how
how,
you
they ask how many.
exactly.
Yeah.
A win's a win.
Yeah, I think they pull it off. Plus, they got Wiggins, right? So you know what? Cheer for the hometown boy.
Which is dope. Yep. He's playing okay ball this year. He's playing okay ball.
He finally gets a chance to be a part of a team and not have all the expectations in the world. Think about it. You get
Right?
drafted number 1, and then they trade you.
Yeah. Like, ouch.
Yeah, and then you go from Cleveland playing with LeBron, Kyrie, all the guys they had there for that run, and then you end up going to Minnesota.
Yeah.
And that team was not in a place to nurture Andrew
They
Wiggins's.
were dog shit. They were bad.
Yeah. And and his ego got hurt, and he believed he could be a great ball player, but the early days in Minnesota, they didn't look great.
No,
There's a reason he was able to get to Golden State.
I mean, the
He
man's
got
put
traded
up
for
numbers.
D'Lo. D'Angelo Russell had a much better start of career than Andrew Wiggins did, at least public
For sure.
perception wise.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Wiggins still though, solid ball player, puts up the numbers, does what he has to do. Get the
Yeah,
job done.
I mean, I think the kid's got potential, and he's playing in a great, like now it's a great situation for him. Steve Kerr will teach him how to be a pro. Steph, I mean, we could discuss Steph in depth at another time, but I mean, he's only succeeded when a lot of people didn't want him or expect him to.
This is a kid that shouldn't have been playing pro ball, and he made it. Like,
Well, I mean, he is the son of an NBA player, so.
But he didn't play at a top tier university or anything like that, dude. You know what I mean?
No, but you know what? He got his chance.
He was funny and shit. Like people were like, why does this kid shoot like that, right? Lights it up.
Dude, the elevator door screen. It's one of the greatest things Golden State utilized. You just boom, the two big guys come in. Steph's got miles to shoot,
Miles.
and
The
then he
boys
started
got
realizing he
range.
could hit it from anywhere. Right? Yeah,
Oh,
I got Golden State coming out of there.
oh yeah, for sure. Golden State all day.
So who's in the finals, Cory Chan?
Oh man, come on now. I
We could come
who's in the
back.
final?
We could come back and give each other shit for getting it wrong afterwards. I'm just saying, who do you got now? We
Okay,
talked about why all of these teams are good and why the other ones aren't.
okay. So this is who I'm going with. In the East, I'm going with Miami.
Mm.
Okay. I think Miami can make it to the finals, no problem. I really do. Not no problem, but they're gonna go. And in the West, man, uh, you know, as I,
The West is a lot harder than the East for me.
same man, like uh, I, I,
Hey Joey, off of only the information we just provided, who do you got coming out of the East and West?
Knowing next to nothing about this, I will say Miami versus Golden State.
that's what
I'd
I'm leaning towards too,
I'd
man.
love to
I'm gonna
see
go with
that.
Golden State. I'm gonna go with Golden State. I really am. Yeah, Golden State,
Ooh.
Miami. That's what I'm going with.
All
Yeah.
right. I don't, as much as I love the Miami Heat, I don't think they're going to the finals. I think either the Bucks find their way out, but I'm not in love with the Bucks. I'm really not, but I don't know. Either the Bucks or Miami, and unlikely, but if Brooklyn gets crazy hot, maybe they go on a Cinderella run. But I think I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna go Bucks, and I'm gonna go. I think I got to go with the rematch, man. Bucks versus Phoenix.
All right.
I don't
All right.
see. I think Phoenix has all the pieces to go toe to toe with anybody on the West Side, and then like I said, the guy with the best. If you have the best guy in the court, you have the best chance to win the game. Giannis is the closest thing to a young Shaquille O'Neal we've seen in years.
He's even better
He's
than
even
a young
better.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Well,
Yeah.
hold on.
He's
he
a way
he
more
has
well-rounded player than Shaq was, man. Come on, dude. This man can shoot.
absolutely, yes, I will give you that. He is way more well rounded. However, when the diesel came through, rings fell out of the sky.
Except when you had to put him on the line.
Whatever.
You couldn't win a game if they kept fouling Shaq. You couldn't win a game.
Whatever. You start losing big men, and then the only guys left is Shaq just dunking all over them. Think about it. He won twice. No, he won once in Miami without Kobe, and then he won the three-peat in LA.
Yeah, he's got 4 championships, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the diesel came through, he destroyed things. But Shaq said it himself. They're like, how would young Shaq do in today's NBA? He goes, he's already there. His name's Giannis. So I think the Bucks against the Suns. I don't think the Suns, fuck it up this time. There you go. 2000, 2001, 2002, the three-peat, and then 06 with the Heat. One of the
Yep.
single greatest sports moments of my life. Taryn, I was with Taryn. We were still dating back. It was 06, so we're together maybe 4 years. I'm at the place. Her dad's asleep. She's asleep, and I'm sitting there on this little TV in her room watching Dwayne Wade hit that shot. And the Miami Heat finally, after all these freaking years, win the NBA title. And it was just such a beautiful moment for me. Oh, it was so good.
I just yeah,
And
remember
Alonzo Mourning was a bench player on that team, so Zoe got a ring.
he was. Oh yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he deserved it too. That's a man who definitely deserved a ring. Hall of Famer.
Absolutely. It's numbers in the Raptors too.
Yeah, man. A lot of talent came off that team, man. A lot of talent.
Absolutely. So we'll come back when we get further down in the playoffs, and then we're not going to pick a winner tonight. I say Phoenix, but I'm not going to pick a winner because
I'm not
I just
picking a
talked
winner.
about how good the
I got
Bucks
my
are.
two. I got my two teams. I got my two teams. I said, and we'll see what happens.
It's all right. So a couple little tidbits to close on.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, we're gonna do a challenge. The Tim Hortons Tim Hortons didn't give us any money, by the way, so they're not sponsoring the podcast. Although we're open to a free coffee.
Yes,
Give us a
definitely.
free coffee. We'll mention
Maybe
you every
donut.
single time we podcast. So on the Tim Hortons app, they have a hockey challenge where every night you pick. I don't know how. It depends on the night how many games there are. You pick
Yeah.
1, 2, or 3, I think, different guys. And
Okay.
if they score, like if one guy scores, you get 10 Tim Hortons points. If two guys score, you get 25. And if all three score, you get 50 or something.
Okay.
So I challenge you to a playoff Tim Hortons Tim's point pool.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. It's going to be one, it makes me actually watch the hockey or try to be a little more involved with it.
Done.
And
So yeah,
So what are the
we could
stakes? What
definitely,
do you want
yes.
to do?
I'm down. I'm down to do this for sure.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the stakes are, and you can choose
Okay.
to accept them if you want.
All right.
You got to film yourself or myself doing 10 push-ups a day for 10 days in a row.
Every what?
Every day. 10 push-ups a day for 10 days in a row. 100 push-ups is the wager.
If for the person who loses, you mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
the
All
other
right.
guy can do it too, and it's it's
Sure.
great
Whatever.
for
Yeah.
content, and
We
I
could.
could always use a little more exercise around it.
Sure, man. I'm down. Whatever you want to do, I'm in. I'm in.
Cool.
We're
Put
good.
it on the board.
I'm down. Yeah, I'm down.
Absolutely. And if anybody else who watches the podcast wants to join in and see if your point total beats us, which is likely because I don't watch hockey at all, but maybe not Cory. Cory might take it to you. Let us know what your point totals are, and let us know if you have any inside tips on the comments or on the Instagram page, and we'll keep you guys posted. Yeah.
Let's do this. This is
Yeah.
exciting. Perfect.
And lastly, next week we're gonna have our first guest.
Yes, we are. Yes, we do.
I'm not gonna announce who it is now, but let me tell you something. She is gonna be a hell of a guest, and I cannot wait to have her on.
Excited.
Very much so. And then we're gonna start packing in the guests, and we got like we said, we got some stuff planned. We're gonna do some more deep dives into stuff, but maybe those will be their own bonus section.
Yes.
Yeah. For example,
Yeah,
NBA playoffs part 2 might be its own thing instead of eating up 40 minutes of the podcast.
Sounds good,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, we got a lot of exciting things coming. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be good. It's just gonna get better and better as it goes on. I'm looking forward to the yes, buddy, into the north. Yeah, hold up. Check this out. Check this out.
What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Hey, home team repping, baby.
Oh, yo, got it, man. Got it.
The Into the North podcast. Tell your friends. Tell people you don't like.
Yeah.
We don't care. We love everybody.
Spread the word.
Unless we
Like,
don't.
share, comment. Let us know what's up.
What is it? I hate. What is it? I'm pro everything and anti everything else. Yeah. Anyways, once again, we appreciate y'all. Thanks for sticking around. Next week's going to be a hell of a good one, and we're just pumping out more stuff. Once again, Joey, welcome to the family.
I love you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, we love you more, buddy. So, for my man, Cory Chan, this is Don the Jeweler. Say goodnight to the bad guys.
Peace.
Peace.